Hi, this is Nikki from The Guilty Parent, and I am going to show you a really useful tip for preventing the need to rip your knitting projects all the way back to the beginning, and that is creating and putting in a lifeline. Now, the reason why you would want a lifeline in your knitting is possibly for a really complicated or intricate pattern, kind of like this one here. I mean, it's not horribly complicated, but I don't add and I don't count very well, so sometimes I lose stitches. And having a lifeline will actually help me from having to start all the way back down here at the beginning. But the method that I'm going to use for putting in my lifeline is probably a little different than the ones that you might have heard about or have learned to do. And that is rather than use like a tapestry needle or a large embroidery needle and some yarn or thread, I'm actually going to use another set of needles. And you can see this needle is obviously considerably smaller than the ones that I'm actually knitting on, and my wire, I don't know, it's not really thinner, but this whole process is, the needle itself is actually thinner. So I am sorry, I'm getting over a cold and laryngitis, so I'll try to make this pretty quick. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're actually, just like you would a lifeline with a needle and thread, you're actually going to move this through your stitches. I don't know if you can see that. And you're going to just push it along until you have all of your stitches threaded. And I actually chose a point here in this project that had been giving me a little bit of trouble, and really it's just the same 2 rows over and over again, but like I said, I'm horrible at adding, and so the stitches just kind of fall apart and I don't know where they are. They just leave me. So you're just going to thread this through. Okay, so once you have thread your lifeline all the way through, it'll just it'll be right under your working needle. You'll see right here. I don't know if you can see that. So switch my angle here. There we go. You can see it's right under here. And you're knitting, because you've got a cable through here and not, like a really thin piece of yarn or another piece of thread, it might feel a little tight, but I think I like this better because I would be afraid of actually knitting that lifeline, if it's a piece of yarn or a piece of thread, up into the project, which would be my luck. So like I said, I like this option better because this cable is here and it's going to be a little more difficult to knit that cable up into your project. So I'll go ahead. I went ahead and I started, I did most of this next row here because I'm really slow, and you don't need to be put through that, as you can see. So we'll finish off this last few, and then you can slide these down. Yeah, I'm not a fast knitter. I thought I was fast. Okay, so here you can go ahead and see, I hope, how the lifeline shows up now that you're a row down. And the farther you go, the further down your lifeline will be. Let me see if I can show you a little better. You can see that there. How your cable kind of sits underneath of that. So in a few rows, I mean, it'll really just dangle there. And move your lifeline as you go so that you don't, get like 14 inches into your scarf or your project or whatever you're doing, and then screw it up and realize, oh my gosh, I have to go back all the way down to here. So that would make me cry. So just keep moving that lifeline as you go whenever you get to a sweet spot that you know is right. And that'll save you from having to frog all the way back or start all the way over or knit back to the beginning. And that is my little tip. I hope you enjoyed it. And hopefully as I become a more advanced and skilled knitter, I will be able to bring you some more tips like this. Thanks.